Hey guys, Utterfall 101 here, back here with another tier list. In today's tier list, we are gonna rank every faction in Fallout. I'm doing another tier list because y'all seem to like tier lists. They always pop off, and I just love doing them because I like voicing my opinions, and I feel like I'm not that controversial with my takes. So let's start. Brotherhood of Steel. I think this is a very obvious S tier faction. Power armor, all that stuff. They're really cool. They're almost in every game. I'm pretty sure they're in every game. If they're not, don't quote me on it. I haven't played Fallout 1 and 2 yet. But I know they're in 3, 4, New Vegas, all that stuff. They don't really do much in New Vegas, I feel like, but they're there. Um, so, next is Caesar's Legion. I always thought the idea of like a Roman Empire like group in New Vegas was really cool. And like you look at their armor and it's like old like is it like baseball, football, something like that, like outfits, like that are like put together to make these like Roman like soldiers, gladiators. It's really cool. It's a cool concept. Um, Caesar is a really cool leader. I forgot his name, but the guy in like the gold armor, really really cool. Um, we're gonna put it in B tier. Um, if you were a big fan of like Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas, then that would probably be higher. But for me, eh. You know, like I'm a big fan of New Vegas, but I haven't really gotten into Fallout 1 and 2 yet. But that'll be coming soon. The New California Republic. I really like their armor. The NCR armor is really cool. Um, I like the idea of like keeping the name of California and all that stuff. But honestly, if I had to say, they're probably on the same echelon of Caesar's Legion, probably like a B tier. Next is the Institute. In theory, they're really cool, like a secret organization and all that stuff. I haven't personally done the Institute playthrough in a long time. I think at launch, like when Fallout 4 launched, that was like the last time I did it. So it has been a minute. But I would also say though they're a good antagonistic faction for everybody else. Like they are a threat, but at the same time, like you can kind of see where they're coming from, which I think makes them a very interesting place. And it's a very interesting like idea, like an underground like civilization of like scientists who are like making clones and like taking people away. In practice, I mean, is it the best thing? You know, I mean, it's an A tier for me. Railroad, never like out of all the Fallout 4 factions, I don't see the point for them. Um, they just seem so significantly weaker than every other faction, because there's like what like 9 of them. Um, so there's not much for me to say there. Like, yeah, some of the quest lines are cool, and like the vibe of like being like the underground railroad, and like kind of like I guess it's roots to slavery because they're like trying to like save cents, right? Very cool idea and concept, but I don't know. I like the way I think it too is whatever faction you picked for the end of Fallout 4, they're like the heroes. And in my ranking for that, I would say that the Minutemen are the most valuable to destroy the Institute because the Minutemen are going to take over the like I'd rather the not the Brotherhood be in control of the Commonwealth. I'd rather someone like the Minutemen be in control of the Commonwealth, like the people, because the Brotherhood are just going to leave after they get all their stuff. So I mean, Brotherhood as a faction, though, in general, is pretty peak. Especially in Fallout 3. Like, they're seen as, like, this really, like, heroic, like, heroes that, like, save us and stuff like that and, like, help us end the game. But then when you kind of, like, get into Fallout 4, it kind of starts showing some of their, like, rough around the edges parts. Speaking of this Minutemen, um, as a faction, I mean, their quest lines are boring. They're really repetitive. But some of them are unique. You get some new weapons like the shish kebab, other stuff. Like getting the castle is a really cool base to build at. And I do genuinely think overall they're probably the best outcome for the Commonwealth. You know? And like I've always been a personal fan of it. I just thought like a group for the people that helps the people being in charge and taking down the Institute, and they're kind of like the underdogs. I guess the railroads are more underdogs, but the Minutemen, like, would you have thought that the Minutemen would have taken out the Institute? I mean, like, no, they take out Mirelurks, Feral Ghouls, and like Raiders. I mean, that's what they take out. They don't take out robots. You'd think like something like the Brotherhood of Steel or Enclave would do that. But yeah, the issue is the quests are very repetitive. That's what keeping it out of S tier. Like if they were unique quests and had like a little bit more to them, I love their laser muskets, and I'm a very big history fan. So like the roots of the Minutemen and our history as Americans, um, just very interesting. The Enclave, I feel like Enclave's another very easy one. I think that's another S tier. Longevity, I mean they've been in almost every game. I guess they're not really in 4, but they're a big threat in 3. But like in the earlier Fallout's, like 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure they have a lot more of a grasp, right? And I just think you got to give them their iconic factor for that. Like just to think about it, like if you were to think iconic wise, the two most important factions that pop in my head would be the Brotherhood of Steel and the Enclave. Um, then I would say second would probably be like Caesar's Legion for iconic level, but I just like the ideas, and then the railroads, stinky. But yeah, I mean, it's a very simple tier list. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you all later. Bye.